So today I'm going to be showing you how to accomplish a lot in a short amount of time. But before we go into that, just a side note, I've created this channel as a way to gain a bit of confidence, to get better at speaking, because I do struggle to articulate my words, like my thinking process and actually saying what I want to say. So usually what I'm used to, without going on too much of a tangent here, is I script most of my videos on my other YouTube channels. With this video, I really want to just get better at speaking and just becoming more natural and confident at it. And the only way to do this is to actually just start speaking. So I'm going to try and do all of this video in one take. That's the goal. And basically, over on my right here, I've got 4 bullet points, 4 quick bullet points, which should last me the rest of the video. So yeah, now that that's been and said, let's move on to how to accomplish a lot in a short amount of time. Now, first off, what have I accomplished this year so far? How long's it been? So most of these accomplishments were done in the first 75 days of the year, and I've got a full list that I started posting over here onto my Twitter, so I'm going to go through that and just basically tell you what I've done. Then later on I'm going to be saying how I've done this kind of thing. So yeah, pretty simple stuff. I'm going to stop rattling on and actually get on with the video. So first 75 days, first thing I've done is I've completed 75 hard. Now, for those of you that don't know what 75 hard is, it's meant to be a really hard challenge. And you do this hard challenge for 75 days. Pretty self-explanatory. But within this, there's multiple rules you have to try and follow. So let me try and rattle them off my head. So you have to exercise twice a day, 45 minutes. So 2 exercises. One has to be indoor, one has to be outdoor for 45 minutes per session. You have to do that twice a day for 75 days. You have to read 10 pages of any book, self-improvement book. You have to drink, is it 3 liters of water per day? You have to... There's other things you have to do. I know there is, and I'm just drawing a blank. See, this is what I meant by pulling stuff up. But it's okay. This is how you get better at stuff. So what else? Give me a second. So you have to stick to a certain diet. So you pick a diet and then you've got to stick to that diet. 0 alcohol over the 75 days and as minimal sugar, I guess. I just threw that into my diet because I wanted to challenge myself. So stick to a certain diet, no alcohol, 10 pages of a book every single day, 2 exercises, and you're supposed to take a progress picture every day. I didn't do this. I just kind of did it at the start of the year, 1st of January, and then 75 days, the actual finished product. And I was really happy with my results. I tracked my weight the whole way through and I managed to do it. And yeah, so I'm very happy that I accomplished that. Moving on. So obviously I completed the 2 workouts per day every day. I also, within this time, completed my first half marathon, and I did it in a time that I was just really surprised. So I did it in 1 hour and 46 minutes. I was going for 2 hours. Yeah, I was going for 2 hours and I got it in 1 hour and 46 minutes, which is pretty insane if you ask me. And I was really proud of that. I had my girlfriend behind me on her electric bike. She was there guiding me the whole way. A half marathon. What is a half marathon now? It is 22k. I think a half marathon is 22k. No, it's not. 23 mile, 13 mile, 26k. Is that right? I might be wrong. So yeah, did that, and within that I also got my 10k personal best, within the half marathon, and that's because usually I run my 10Ks on quite a hilly area. This half marathon was completely flat, so I somehow managed to do it, and I got that in 42 minutes, 10K in 42 minutes, which I'm very proud of. So what else have I done? I've read 3 books within that time. What have I read? So we've got The Secret. I read The Secret. I read David Goggins' book, and I read The Psychology of Persuasion. So 3 books there. Really interesting. I'm going to go more into the whole 75 hard thing in another video. So I started the process of selling my first digital product, which is I'm not going to go into too much detail, but it's a productivity Notion template. There's a lot of work to do. I've actually almost finished the product, but there's also stuff like creating a website, email marketing, newsletters. There's a whole business side of it. There's obviously organic growth on like TikTok, YouTube, Instagram through like shorts, and also potentially long form video as well, potentially from this channel. There's obviously all the design, the graphics. There's a lot to do essentially. So yeah, I've started the process of that, and hopefully I can get this out by late July, hopefully, depending, we'll see. So I've started the process of that. I've made £10,000 in 3 months. In the first 3 months of the year, £10,000, which I'm really happy for. This is not only through like working, it's from my other business, which is my other YouTube channel, which I run. It's from crypto, it's from stocks and shares. So there's multiple sources of income, which are, I'm gaining from. So I was really happy about that. I was really surprised. My ultimate goal is 10K per month. I'll get there eventually. Another thing that I want to stop doing is saying all the time. It is really hard. I think the better way to conquer this is to simply just speak a little bit slower. Anyway, I completed a 3-day water fast. So that is one thing you should know about me is I really like a challenge. I really like challenging myself to new stuff, hence making this video. I said there again. I did a 3-day water fast, so that's no food for 3 days, water only, and I completed that, which was very eventful and a little bit of a challenge. I feel like I could have done more days if I wanted to. Not that I really would want to, but I said there again. Man, it's hard this. Either way, I completed that. Happy with that. I'm going to go more into that in another video as well. I said there again. Dropped 11 kg in weight. Now, obviously, some of that will be muscle, but the majority of it is fat. So I went from 88 kg to 77 kg in 3 months, which sounds like an awful lot, and that's because it is. Obviously, I weighed myself at the end of the water fast, so I'd lost a lot of weight for not even eating for 3 days. But also, I've been consistently going to the gym because I'm doing 75 hard. A lot of exercise, cardio, running. So yeah, I essentially lost 11 kg. Put a little bit back on, 1 or 2 kg, but then I've lost like 1 kg since then. So I'm still on track for my goal of 76 kg for June, because I'm going on holiday, and hopefully it's the first time I'll ever have abs, which is great. So if I can accomplish abs by June, that is another reason of another accomplishment I've done in a short amount of time. What else have I done? I've finished the final payment for sending my parents on their first cruise. Now, with this extra money I've been making from my other businesses and income, I like to reinvest a lot of it into either investments, either business, or like I said, I sent my parents on their first ever cruise. They've never been on a cruise, and that is something I'm very proud of. The reason I did this is because obviously my parents have done a lot for me growing up, and I just think it is time to pay them back for something, and I just feel like they deserve it essentially. So it feels great to be able to say that. I also, bearing in mind that's a 2-week cruise as well in the Canary Islands, so in summer. So I'm very happy with that. I just want to stop before I continue and just say a lot of this stuff, it sounds braggy, and I guess it is essentially, maybe somewhere in my ego, but I'm not doing it to brag. I'm kind of doing it to prove to anyone watching, not that I expect anyone to watch, that you can do a lot in a short amount of time, and it's just your own limited beliefs essentially that are stopping you. Anyway, moving on. I was able to, not that this one's a big one really, but I was able to take the whole family out, like for Mother's Day, and cover the bill, pay for everyone. You know, so that's like 100 plus pounds. It's not a massive one, but it's the first time I've ever been able to do that, and I'm knocking like a lot of, like, not bucket list things, but things off the list, which I'm, you know, happy about. I also, for Mother's Day, I bought my mum a new phone. Once again, this just leads back into, you know, repaying my parents for giving me a good upbringing and stuff like that. So that's another thing I'm real proud of. Also, I went on my first ever cruise. It just came out of the blue. Whole bunch of friends asked me, and we all ended up going on a cruise to Germany, Netherlands, and Belgium, which was a really interesting experience. A lot of good memories on there, and I will definitely go on another cruise at some point in my life. But yeah, that was really good to be able to go on that. I visited 3 new countries, which is them 3 that I've just mentioned. I went on my first Stendu. This is kind of going off topic now, because a lot of these aren't accomplishments. These are kind of just achievements that I've achieved. Not even achieved, but like just new things that I've done. I like doing new things. First Stendu. If you don't know what a Stendu is, that's when a stag do and a hen do, you merge them together. So you go on one party instead of, you know, just a male orientated or a female orientated. It's a mix. Basically, it's just a big party before a wedding. I also cut out all chocolate. I didn't have any chocolate for the first 75 days. There's one thing you know about me, I love chocolate. So cutting that out 75 days, especially going on a cruise, you know, where there's treats, it's like unlimited food, there's unlimited buffet constantly, like all hours. Going to Belgium, you know, the home of chocolate. It's just doing little things like that, like going to Belgium, instead of buying, you know, Belgium chocolate, instead of actually, you know, eating it there, saving it, having to wait like a couple months, then eating it kind of thing. It's just little things like that. Also, I cut out most processed meats for the most part. Obviously, I had a little bit in places, but my diet was pretty much on point, to be honest, for the whole time. Even in places like, so I obviously didn't have any alcohol either. So most of the time I'd just have water or, you know, other stuff like that. But it can get a bit boring with stuff like that. So I did have some non-alcoholic drinks, you know, like alcohol-free cider or whatever kind of thing. You know, it is hard, you know, when everyone's drinking and you're kind of, you know, like on a night out or whatever. Everyone's drinking, having a good time. You're just a non-alcoholic. But the thing is, I've realised that you can still have such a good time just on non-alcoholic. So daily plunge pool. So I also plunge pool. I do cold water exposure daily, and I did that for the first 75 days. I did have a little break from, you know, such an intense schedule constantly. But yeah, I did that for 75 days. You can also do, you know, just a cold shower, for example, but I bought a plunge pool, and yeah, first first thing in the morning every day. Boom, plunge pool, instant energy, instantly wake you up. It's great. Daily meditation as well. Meditation is something that I picked up a while ago, and it's one of them that you don't necessarily see the benefits from my experience, but you kind of just continue doing it. You do see the benefits, but it's like the benefits of that drawn out that it's hard to see, if that makes sense. Probably don't make sense. But yeah, anyway, daily meditation. I also started stretching for the first time this year. I haven't really ever took stretching seriously my whole life, but now I stretch daily, every single day. I bought an app, Bend, something like £1.26 per month for the year. Really cheap, really helpful, and it uses like a streak system. So if you're into video games like I have been, it's really good. That's another thing, no video games. I was heavily addicted to games like Overwatch, for example. Did 75 days of zero video games, which is really great. I also hit over 9 million YouTube views this year, which is great, and I'm very close to 10 million, which is awesome. And also I've hit above 30k subs, which is another good achievement. So yeah, that's a whole bunch of achievements that I've accomplished this year in a short amount of time. Like I said, 75 days. 75 days is 3.5 months, I believe. So also I hit my first long form video on YouTube, hitting over 1 million views, which is great. I can't wait. I'm soon to have a second one, hopefully in a couple of months, which is awesome. This sunlight's kind of blinding me now, you know. Hopefully it goes in behind the clouds. So yeah, also like I said, another thing on top of this is I picked up on Polish. I'm like 122 days into learning Polish. So like cześć, dzień dobry, for example, which is hello, how are you? I might be wrong. I'm having a blank. I feel like, you know, when you're on like a stage and you can't really think your thoughts because you feel like, you know, people are just, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Anyway, so yeah, Polish, learning Polish, my first ever second language. I've been learning 122 day streak on Duolingo, so I am learning constantly and getting better at that. Also with stocks and crypto, like I said, I made 10k in the first 3 months. Once again, not to brag, it is just if you learn if you spend time learning new skills, learning about new things that, you know, the average person doesn't learn about, there is opportunity to make money everywhere. So like I'm currently, I think about 104% up in total, like 30% in 30% in stocks, and then the rest, you know, 70% in crypto, which is really good. I mean, obviously we are in like an uphill market. There's also the Bitcoin halving coming out, happening very soon, which to be honest is in a couple of days. So that's happening. So it's all affecting the price and everything's going up. So I obviously can't take full credit, but I did research this prior and I knew this was going to happen, which is why I started investing. And yeah, so essentially I have done a lot in the first 75 days. Now it's gone a bit past 75 days, but I'm very happy with my accomplishments. I need to sit down here. Fuck me, man. Let's go this side. Yeah, that's better. That's kind of better. So yeah, I'm very happy with my accomplishments, and there's multiple reasons of how I have accomplished this in a short amount of time. I've been doing a lot of self-improvement stuff over the last 3 to 4 years, quite heavily, and I feel like a lot of good and healthy habits have stuck. For example, you know, waking up early, getting 8 hours sleep, you know, exercise, diet, like a lot of things have stuck to me really well. Discipline, and yeah, I would say I've become quite a disciplined person, and discipline is one of the things you need when you don't have motivation, for example. When you're motivated, obviously you feel like you can conquer everything, but then the next day comes and you've lost your motivation. What you need there is your discipline to actually keep you going. So on top of this, I have my paid product, my online digital product that I have been working on. I've been using this for, since about last November. I've been working on it, I've been perfecting it, and eventually I'm going to be selling it. So that is another thing I've been working on, and it's a self-improvement Notion template. So there's habit trackers, there's to-do lists, there's calendars, there's blocked schedules, there's focus mode on there. There's multiple things that come together, and I've essentially tried to grab all of the things that I use daily and tried to put them into one place, one like really artistically designed place that is just for like being ultra productive and managing your time really well. So that's essentially what I've done, and I will be heading on to sell this. It's currently in the alpha phase. I'm currently distributing it to a few of my friends, letting them find the worst parts of the product and basically what they like and what they don't like, and just going from there. This light is painful, I'm not gonna lie. Tell you what. Beautiful. That's better. So yeah, that's essentially it. So basically, discipline, finding good habits and using them good habits, keeping them good habits. Stay away from the negative, stay away from things that cause drama, stay away from things that distract you. Basically, focus as much time on the things you want to accomplish. Goal setting is another really big part of this whole thing. Obviously, if you've got goals, you will work towards your goals. And essentially, I believe that is it. Now, this is my first video. If you have watched to the end, I don't think anyone will have. I can't see it personally. I'm not very good at talking like this, but I do have a lot of information that I do want to kind of not only relay back to myself and cement it further into my head, but also teach anyone that wants to learn or wants to watch or wants to get better in life. And that is that. So if you made it this far, thank you for watching. My goal is to make 3 of these videos in April to better my confidence and speaking skills. So yeah, this is the first ever one. Let me know how you thought I did. Probably very poorly when I watch this back, but yeah, no cuts, so I'm proud of that. And yeah, it went alright. So cool. See you in a bit. See you in the next one. Bye.